Get the new perk posters and retro t-shirts today for a limited time. Hi everybody, I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful day so far. Today, I wanted to talk about the characterization of Richtofen in the new Blood of the Dead intro cinematic and why it could be great news. To start, Richtofen in this trailer experiences a huge departure from his normal confidence. Since we met Richtofen in Sino Numa, he has always been in control and/or all-knowing. He was a step ahead of players in all games. From World at War to Black Ops, he was making his grand scheme. In Black Ops 2, he was a god despite losing. In the end games, he was still in control. In Black Ops 3, he refused to tell the crew of his plans. We endured map after map of, trust me, I know what I'm doing. That one Russian there, that's awful. Only to have Richtofen outsmart Dr. Monty. If we have learned anything from his character, it is Richtofen is always a step ahead. But then, we get Blood of the Dead. Richtofen meets himself only to find out things are not going his way. We experience Richtofen fall apart because he wasn't a step ahead. If you want the full story breakdown of the Blood of the Dead trailer, check out my video I made in the description in the cards. His plan fails, and everything changes. Our crew is sick of Richtofen's shit, and we see them take the lead. The team is quickly getting overrun, but Richtofen just sits there. They literally pick up Richtofen as he tries to come back to his senses and guide him away from certain death throughout the intro. The intro is an excellent demonstration of Richtofen's character actually facing adversity. We know that Richtofen in the comics finds out he dies in every possible universe. Thus, he made the plan we see in Black Ops 3 to save everybody. That is an important item to point out because we see Richtofen's reaction to failing to save everybody in the Blood of the Dead trailer. Richtofen went on this incredibly difficult journey to save his newfound friends. He shouldered these burdens. He risked everything to protect Tank, Takio, and Nikolai, and his worst fears are realized when he reads the Conorium. Now for them to succeed, maybe they have to fail, or there is no chance of them surviving. What we could be experiencing in the intro is potentially two possible scenarios that I've thought about. The first being that the crew we see in the intro is the Primis crew, but one that is killed off like the many music trailers we have seen. We have evidence in the Giant and all the music trailers that there are many different Primis crews running around, killing off Richtofens and solving Easter eggs. I have a video about Dr. Monty trying to use all the Primis crews to kill off all the other versions as a potential explanation for what's going on. Another option is we are experiencing the results of the Revelations Easter egg. What Primis did by drinking the blood vials messed up the cycle. We are now seeing alterations or fractures in the original timeline. That is why the Conorium changes. This could mean other universes are collapsing or we are changing the cycle entirely. Blood of the Dead is a wonderful example of moving the story forward without having to place it somewhere linearly. It could be the next map after Revelations, or it could take place somewhere during the timeline. That's unclear at this moment. Craig and Jason love proving the community wrong about their assumptions. Many assumed it was post-Revelations or in between Gorod and Zetsubou Shima, and right now we may experience neither or both. Gorod in Zet was quick, like in the comics. Blood of the Dead has gone completely wrong. I would like to add the newest understanding of the blood vials that describes the cycle restarting every time the crew dies. It isn't actually hundreds of Primis crews running around, but a few restarting every time they don't fulfill their destiny. That theory is possible, but the 2.0s and the giant radios throw a wrench in that a bit. It needs to be fleshed out more and developed, but could be an explanation. To further build on the attention to characters in the trailer, I want to point out what my friend Ryan brought to my attention. Many of you in the community probably noticed this, but I wanted to bring it up in the context of character development. The trailers from Blood of the Dead and Mob of the Dead are very similar. The biggest difference between the crews is their teamwork. Notice how each mobster leaves the other or screws the other over, leading to their deaths. The timings of the mobsters dying alone or Primis characters saving another are so close if you play them side by side, it's fascinating. I even played them side by side and there were two ways I lined up the trailers. The first being when Primis hears the zombie shout in the basement.
Move on to stage 2. The pages have changed, they powerful! Mind blood! You cannot possibly expect me to let this happen! You son of a bitch!
Let me guess. You're not gonna let us in on what that was about.
I killed him.
Or explain why you have people in freezer.
Forgotten how to get shit done. We are leaving.
So fuck,
Asshole.
Shit done.
That shout sounds the same as Stanley yelling at the mobsters after he came back to life. The second timing I had was when the island is shown in full. When I use the full island synchronization, we see some really interesting time pairs. The first being the color fades into Mob of the Dead when Brutus kills the portal from Blood.
Something weird's going on here.
you don't say. I will. Little screams coming from.
Oh shit.
The next being Weasel kills Stanley at the same time Richtofen sees the changes happening in the Chronorium timeline.
Arlington, you gotta get to die.
Gotta be the real deal this time.
What's that piece of meaning?
The pages have changed.
Once the weasel gets the
Mine
keys,
blood.
we move
You
on
cannot
to
possibly
stage
expect me to let this happen.
2. Let's get moving.
You son of a bitch! There you go, fella.
Both Richtofen and Al turn away from the zombies at almost the exact same time in the trailer too. Now the screen synchronization shows the Mob of the Dead crew dying as they get overwhelmed, while Primis gets away because they help one another. The last cool coincidence is the door slamming occurs almost at the same time in both trailers. With all that pointed out, it seems that synchronization doesn't really matter, but symbolism does. The bastard mobsters die because they are selfish and don't work together. Primis survives because they are picking one another up, literally and figuratively. Looking at Primis now that Richtofen is no longer the leader 12 steps ahead and withholding information from everyone is fantastic. In Blood of the Dead, we should see the team acting as equals for the first time ever, possibly even friends at this point as they learn what Richtofen's plan actually was and why it went wrong. Richtofen's loss of control breaks the barriers that kept our crew from growing as characters. That intro cutscene is a great sign of what is to come of our new team. Recent theories even suggest that Nikolia will be the one to make a huge difference because of the Weasel's quote from way back in 2013. Nikolia is the least developed character at this point. His map Gorod Crowley did little to develop him in comparison to the other teammates. Despite that, one of the creators of the game, Jason Blundell, has been saying Nikolia has been his favorite character for years. Why would he pick Nikolia when he hasn't done anything in years? Potentially because there's a lot in store for him inside Blood of the Dead. It seems clear now that Treyarch has been setting up this end since they made Mob of the Dead. The Weasel quote about Nikolia made that clear. Everything in between wasn't necessarily planned out, but we will experience a lot of connections in Mob of the Dead. There is a lot more to be said about Nikolia and what his ending could hold, which will be made in another video. I will dive deeper into newest Blood Vial theories that are breaking as I write this video in another video later this week or next. Make sure you are subscribed and have those notifications on if you're interested in hearing more about those topics. I am hopeful that we will get to see a strong character arc for our Primis team, especially Richtofen and Nikolia in Blood of the Dead, where they realize they need to sacrifice themselves in order to fix the zombie problem potentially. The story is setting up to have our characters sacrifice themselves to fix things, then get a second chance at life as children. It could be an emotional but happy end to our beloved characters. Now that is all purely speculation. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Leave a rating if you have the time. Stick around until the end of the video if you want more information about the merchandise you can buy if you're interested in that kind of stuff. Otherwise, have a wonderful day and I will see you in the next video. Bye. From July 19th through August 3rd, the perk posters are back. Due to viewer requests, I have brought them back for a 2-week period. With Black Ops 4 on the horizon, this will be one of the last times I will run these posters. But wait, what if you're tired of these damn posters? I mean, there's a pack to buy 26 of them. That's only $2.50 a poster. Well, good news! I have 100% cotton t-shirts available now. There are 2 designs to choose from sizes small to extra large. Head over to radrendering.com to pick up the merch and support the channel while supplies last.